July 4, 2026. Across the Atlantic, the world prepares to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States. But in another timeline, this day doesn't exist. There are no fireworks in Philadelphia, no stars and stripes in the windows of New York, and the name George Washington is only found in the dusty traitors section of London's history books. Imagine a world where the American Revolution didn't just fail, it was crushed. A world where the 50 states are the 50 provinces of the British Crown, where the Star-Spangled Banner was never written, and the Union Jack flies from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Tonight, we explore the dark, fascinating, and surprisingly stable history of the United Kingdom of America. The day the Revolution died. Every timeline has a nexus point. For us, it was the Battle of Yorktown in 1781. In our history, the French Navy arrived just in time to trap the British. But in this alternate reality, a sudden hurricane scatters the French fleet. Without support, Washington's Continental Army is starving and outgunned. On October 19, 1781, Washington realizes the dream is over. He surrenders. The Founding Fathers are not heroes. They are fugitives. Benjamin Franklin flees to France, while Thomas Jefferson and John Adams are taken to London in chains to face trial for high treason. The Declaration of Independence is publicly burned in every town square from Boston to Savannah. King George III, surprisingly, does not execute everyone. To prevent another uprising, he grants the colonies a royal charter. They remain British, but with a small catch, a CT3, the 19th century, and industrial monster. By 1830, the United Kingdom of America becomes the crown jewel of the British Empire. Without the cost of a Revolutionary War or the War of 1812, the British Empire becomes an unstoppable economic monster. One of the biggest changes in this timeline is the end of slavery. In our world, the U.S. fought a bloody civil war in the 1860s to end it. But the British Empire abolished slavery in 1833. In this timeline, the Crown forces the Southern American provinces to emancipate their slaves 30 years earlier, avoiding the deaths of 600,000 Americans. The expansion. There is no manifest destiny. The British Crown strikes a deal with the Russian Tsar to buy Alaska and negotiates with Mexico to annex Texas peacefully. By 1900, the British Empire controls 40% of the Earth's landmass. The sun truly never sets on the British Empire. Act 4. World Wars and Global Dominance. How would the 20th century look? Without a separate USA, there is no isolationism. When World War I breaks out in 1914, the sheer industrial power of the American provinces ends the war in months, not years. Because the British Empire is so dominant, Hitler never rises to power in a humiliated Germany. There is no Holocaust. There is no Cold War. But there is also no competition. Innovation slows down. In our world, the space race was a competition between the USA and the USSR. In this timeline, the British Empire has no rivals. We don't reach the moon in 1969. Why rush? The king already owns the earth. Act 5. The world today, July 4, 2026. So, what does life look like in 2026? New York is a financial hub, second only to London. People speak with a unique, transatlantic accent, a mix of British posh and American grit. Soccer is the national sport. Cricket is played in the streets of Chicago. Instead of a president, America is ruled by a royal governor appointed by the king. There is order, there is tradition, but there is no American dream. The rugged individualism that defined the United States was replaced long ago by British duty and honor. As the bells of St. Paul's Cathedral in New York ring out today, the citizens don't celebrate freedom. They celebrate the 250th year of being part of the greatest empire the world has ever known. But a question remains. Would you trade your freedom for a world without the Civil War? A world with more stability, but less dream? Let us know in the comments. Would the British Empire have been better for the world, or was the American Revolution a necessary spark for human progress?